Well, kia ora everybody, and welcome to Owen Delaney Park here in Taupo for coverage of the 2023 National Youth Tournament for 2023. And here we are with our first game. We're in the 16s. It's just kicked off between Waikato and Wellington. For the next 3 days, we're concentrating on the girls' tournament, the boys' tournament coming up later in the week up in Rotorua. So thank you for joining us. Wellington in possession for the first time in the game, with Waikato just getting through their first set after receiving the ball. And Wellington, of course, one of the more fancy teams here at the Nationals this year. We've got 7 teams that have lined up in the girls' tournament this year. And they've initially been split into 2 pools, one pool of 3, another pool of 4. And we will work towards the semi-finals and then the finals coming up on Tuesday. So Wellington over the halfway line they go, and that's a good run by Ngāture. We've seen a lot of their players in the District 9s at Easter up in Auckland, and last year's 2022 National Youth Tournament. They've got a few players in their side that have come back and will be competing in that. So keep your eye on some of these Wellington players. They're highly promising. Waikato too, coached by Alistair Taha Williams. I'm sure he's got his team well drilled for this clash today. And again, we've seen quite a few of their players represent the 16s last year. So a lot of players coming back again this year. And there's going to be a penalty here for Waikato. Or is that a loose kick? It was just a little fumble in the play of the ball, in fact. So Wellington are going to have a chance here to mount an attack inside Waikato's half. So Waikato have a good sprinkling of players backing up from last year, actually. They've got 9 players backing up from last year. So interesting to see what shape they're in, a year older and with a year's more experience under their belt. And straight away, here's the smallest player on the park, it seems. It's Billy Va'a. She's a real live wire. And she makes a good run, as does Hera Maihi as well. Got a good sprinkling of schools represented too in this Wellington team as they go close to scoring here. And that was Billy Va'a, very close to the line as we see Rimoni at hooker. But that's good defence from Waikato. Still a chance here for Wellington. Could be just a straight barge over, and there's the first try. And that's going to be the opening score. Tinaroa Hiahi Rimoni has scored, and Wellington are up by 4 points to 0. Good charge at the line. And she's got leadership skills, Rimoni, as well, captaining the team at last year's National Nines tournament. And Wellington on the board with their first score. And it's a nice position here for Hera Maihi to have a kick the conversion here. Very good touch player as well, Hera Maihi. You can see there's not much to her, but she is an excellent all-round player. And she was part of last year's Wellington 16s team that performed very well at this tournament. So there's the conversion at 6 points to 0. Maihi with the goal. And Wellington underway here. So conditions not too bad today. It certainly could be a lot worse given the rain that has been falling in the North Island over the last 24 hours. But all things considered, the field's in pretty decent condition. And, yep, there's a lot of low cloud over Tauhara at the moment, but hopefully that will lift a little bit later on in the day. But it's actually not too cold, and it's nice and calm for the footy for this year's National Youth Tournament. So yes, as I mentioned, 7 teams in the 16s, one pool of 4 and another pool of 3. And we're going to start, this is in Pool B. The other 2 teams in this pool are Auckland and Mid-Central. Going to see Mid-Central a little bit later on today, and then we'll also be covering the 18s here today with 4 matches of 20 minutes each half in duration. So that's how it's structured today, as we see a good run by Rimoni, who scored that opening try just a moment ago. And now Li'afapaki switches it to Ngāture, and all of these players are quite experienced players now for Wellington, and they're rolling up the middle really effectively now. Mia Wailesi. Now, another one of these St Mary's College players. Finished 5th at this year's secondary schools championships. How's that for a kick? Well, that's unfortunate. Did that go forward? The referee's going to allow play to continue here. And getting close is Swinton Malingi. In fact, she is just short of the line there on the 6th tackle. But Wellington showing their skills. And good league awareness too with that crossfield kick. And Waikato got their hands full with the team from the capital city. As Daniels plays the ball. Good defence from Wellington. And it was Lemusu, Akoima Lemusu, who made a good strong tackle there. Now Turiongi making the tackle on Waikato, who was struggling to get out of their 20. Needs some good, decisive running, and that's a better run by Mihi Kerr. And now here is Sarsfield, Alexis Sarsfield. So Waikato getting out to their 40 now. And they're completing their set, are they? Or they're going to run it on the last. Elkington that was running it. And here is Katiel Raihe playing the ball. A little short side play as Elkington will complete the set. And it's a pretty decent kick. It's gone into touch. So not bad there from Waikato. It will be just a straight handover, of course, on the last play, but it's the second completed set that Waikato have had in the game now. So Wellington, almost not quite aware of the play the ball there as we see Wellington's fullback again, Billy Va'a. And now Maihi sets her middle forwards going again through Ngaturi Ongli. And now here comes Va'a. He's a good, very good, promising player is Billy Va'a. Tournament team in the 16s last year, and she's back here again. Good charge into the line from Remoni. Over the halfway line they go, and now here comes Liafa Paki. Perez. Feeds Te Raukura Liafe, wearing the 12 jersey. Kick out just on the halfway line, nicely taken by Waikato's fullback Sapphire Harris. So Harris coming forward and on the 30. So good grind now, good competitive start, and there's a penalty for Waikato. Much needed penalty too. This is going to gain them valuable territory and an opportunity to move into Wellington's half. So here comes Mariah Elkington again. She's running the show wearing the 7 jumper. And now Duff up towards the halfway line. Katia Duff. Here's Elkington. And Aspinall right on the halfway line. And now here comes Sarsfield again. Good charge by her. She's on the 10-metre line. And now Tihi, who's playing dummy half for Waikato. And here's Mihi Kerr once again. Charged into the line nicely. These are good metres being made by Waikato. And now Elkington to the line. That's just like Sean Johnson does. And you can see how much space that can create outside if it's executed well. So good work there by Waikato as they have a chance to equalise the score as Elkington looks for that crossfield kick again. Oh, it's been taken by Wellington's winger. And this could be a pretty much a 12-point try here as Sapaya is going to score. Run the length of the field. Well, that's a heartbreaker there for Waikato as Leigh Sapaya from Taita College basically runs 100 metres to score it. And it's Wellington leading by 10 points to 0. So, hard luck there for Waikato. They had done everything right there other than maybe challenged that kick. And boy, they paid the price for Sapaya, scooting away to score. So here is another comfortable conversion attempt, you'd think, here for Hera Maihi. And she nails that one too. So it's 12 points to 0 to the Wellington Orcas. Next game coming up for you in this session is at 11 o'clock. And we're going to move to the 18s. And we're going to have the Wellington 18s team in action up against the South Island. So that's our second match in the schedule today. Then we're going to see the Wellington 16s team again playing mid-central at 1 o'clock. And the last game today will be Akarana from Auckland up against the Waikato 18s team. 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and then we're into the finals on Tuesday. So here's Elkington restarting play. Good tackling by Waikato's Lahania Daniels. As we see Wellington looking to make space with their big running forwards again. They're proving very effective in this contest. Another good run there by Le'afe. And now here comes Remoni, who got that first try. It's good strong defence on her. But Le'afe Paki is distributing well. Here comes Ngāturi Ongli. These players stepping up nicely for their coach today, Luke Laban. Ualesi is next up. This is good direct running by Wellington. Here's Rihanna Le'afe Paki. Now Perez looking good near the line. Oh, there's a try-saving tackle. That's brilliant from Taha Williams on that edge over there to basically stop a try. So back to the 20 come Waikato. They keep that score at 12 points to 0. 2 tries to Wellington in the game so far. Let's see what Waikato can do here. Sarsfield with another good carry as we see Maya Davis. And that's a good challenge, and it's been taken by Wellington. And Perez has got it. Well, no dummy half as Watene sneaks in there. Tahani Watene, the centre. She's taken strongly, but she's inside the 20 now. The Wellington have an opportunity again for another try. Good footwork by Luka Bella Ngāturi Ongli. And she heads down to the 10 again. Le'afe Paki, now Maihi. And here is Remoni once again, getting very close. Maihi. Oh, the big cutout pass. And it might be a second try for Sapaya. Not quite there for Wellington. Sapaya. And now here comes Billy Va'a. And Billy Va'a is over to score. A third try for Wellington. And just too strong at the moment is the Wellington Orcas, executing pretty well as they move to 16 points to 0. Billy Va'a from St Mary's College. And she's come back into the Wellington 16s team again this year, as we saw her featuring in last year's Wellington's team, and also made the tournament team last year, Billy Va'a from fullback. So I'm sure she will be a contender for the tournament team again. So here's Hera Maihi. She's a pretty good player, isn't she? She's an excellent goal kicker. That's 3 out of 3 from her. So Maihi, 18 points to 0 to Wellington with 4.5 left to play in this first half. Here from Owen, Delaney, Park and Taupo. So a good representation of under-16 teams. 7 teams, as I touched on here, in the 16s this year. And we have a similar number in the 18s. We've got 7 teams in that competition as well. So steady growth in women's and girls rugby league in New Zealand, which is wonderful. And of course, they've got great opportunities going forward with the growth of the professional game across the Tasman, and hopefully the Warriors relaunching their women's team coming up in 2025. Well, let's see. Right on the halfway line for Wellington. And now Pasene, who's out there wearing 15 for the Orcas. Kalamere Pasene. Nice little inside ball. They're working well, aren't they? Liafapaki, Nyaturi Ongli. Good strong carry. Waikato just struggling to contain these Wellington forwards at the moment. And they've got good league skills, basic skills that they're executing here. This is the last play. Rimoni there with that play. There's Maihi's kick. And the bounce is critical here. And unfortunately, it's just gone dead. But was it touched by a Waikato player? It wasn't. So it's going back to the 20 for the 7 tackle set. And Elkington racing up here to hopefully create an opportunity for her team. Mariah Elkington. Here she is distributing to Taha Williams. Waikato, other than only being down into Wellington's territory inside the 20 just once in the first half. Wellington have been dominating it, and there, good pressure at dummy half, but it looks like that Wellington player, that marker wasn't square. So Waikato penalty. Maria Elkington is doing well. She looks to control the number 7. 2 good number 7s in this game, actually, haven't they? They've been excellent so far. Elkington and Maihi. Just throwing herself straight into the action is Lanaya Daniels. Good fast ruck speed, and nipping away is Jessie Rayner. That's a good run. Now, can she get to her feet quickly and play it? She can. Here's Elkington. Good little show and go there from Maria Elkington. So here's Waikato's chance to get back on the, or get on the score sheet. Rayner looks a touch indecisive there, and that might give Wellington valuable seconds to get their defensive line set. Now, referee's happy for Waikato to play the ball here. Taha Williams. This is Mihi Kerr getting around Sarsfield. Almost an obstruction there. Well, a little dab from dummy half. That's not good for Waikato. Wellington saw that one coming. And that has paid the price there. That was on the 6 tackle. So Wellington are going to get possession. I'll be keen for maybe one more try. Billy Va'a bust through here. Taken by Harris at the back. The 2 number 1s coming together there, but a great breakout by Billy Va'a. And it looks like a penalty's coming Wellington's way. Very close to halftime. In fact, that is halftime. So Wellington are going to go to the break here with a comfortable lead. 3 tries in the first half. Rumoni, Sapaya, and Va'a. It is 18 points to 0.
It's an absolute feast.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Well, thank you for staying with us here at Owen Delaney Park here in Taupo, and it's the New Zealand Rugby League youth competition, the under-16 girls match between Waikato and Wellington. Second half about to start with Wellington up by 18 points to 0. One of 4 games today as we showcase the best young talent in the sport in the 16s and 18s over the next 3 days for you. Tries in the first half for Wellington, and to Te Naroa Hiahi Rimoni, and the winger Lei Sapaya went over as well, ran 100 metres to score here, trying the fullback Billy Va'a as well. Rimoni is a front rower, all converted by the halfback Hera Maihi. So some excellent goal kicking from her. And here's Wellington rolling forward again. He was very influential, isn't she? As Rihanna Liafapaki, the number 9 for Wellington. Knows exactly how to manoeuvre and manipulate the defensive lines, as do these strong one-off runs. That's Te Rukura Liafe with that play. And now here's Maihi once again. Wellington chasing through, but the kick is spot on. It's right in the corner. And now we can see Wellington looking to put some defensive pressure on the Waikato side. As we see Sapphire Harris. Up to the 20 come Waikato is Elkington. Wellington's tackling's been very solid as well as they work on each Waikato ball runner. And we see what Sarsfield could do. Slotting into dummy half for Waikato is Jessie Rayner. And she makes a little run as well, but Waikato at their last tackle now. So kick's got to be good here. Oh, the pass to Elkington goes astray. And this is going to put pressure on Kerr. He's chasing her own kick, but it's bounced nicely here for Wellington. And here comes Swinton Malingi, who's taken, but the field position is good here for Wellington. We'll see if they can make something of this. This is Angel Grace Ditieri, who's inside the 30 now. Perez at dummy half. Now Billy Va'a again. Now they get their attacking line set. Liafapaki working away to Tyrell on that left edge. And here comes another try, it seems. Sapaya's gone over to score his second. Excellent short side attack for the Orcas. And there is the 4th try being scored, and Sapaya, her 2nd of the day. And excellent work by her. So Lei Sapaya from Taita College plays for Randwick in Lower Hutt as well. And it's all going pretty well for Wellington. One of the more fancied teams here again this year. Going to be very interesting to see how this age group will shake down on Tuesday with finals day. So tough kick, as you can see from our camera angle there, for Maihi. By far her toughest attempt, and it's going to stay 22-0. But Maihi's kicked well. She's gold 3 from 4 so far. And the weather looks like it's going to hold today. It's actually a very pleasant spring day today here in Taupo. So here comes Waikato now. Hopefully they can get some points on the board in this contest as we see Elkington restarting. They're doing all the basics very well, Wellington, in this game. And they're using their big ball runners, nice and direct running. Distribution out of dummy half has been spot on. And they've got some excitement out wide too now. Good halfback in Maihi, who's controlling things. And I was just about to say the error rate has been very low, but unfortunately there goes Fa'i, who's dropped the ball. And Waikato going to get a scrum now. So a chance to attack Wellington's line. Hopefully they can make something of this. They got close to scoring in the first half, only for that kick to be fielded by Sapaya, who ran 100 metres to score for Wellington. And if that kick finds the mark and Waikato score, it would have been 4-all. So it was the classic 12-point turnaround, that one. And good to see Waikato playing with endeavour. And running at the defence is Toko. He's wearing 6. Good run by Kerr just beforehand. Morgan's dropping into dummy half here for Waikato. Little dab from her. Via Morgan, one of the players that's back in this team, representing her province from last year as well. Riley Aspinall goes backwards. Ran into some pretty solid defence there, didn't she? She's okay. Again, a good strong tackle by Liafapaki. So here come Waikato. What can they do here? Kerr, nice little switch play back to Farafara Murawai, who's on the last tackle now. Kerr's got it. She's got to pass it, and she drew and passed beautifully, but unfortunately, Shaya Kato right here was just dropping the ball. What a bummer for Waikato. So Wellington are going to keep their clean sheet again. All the teams today playing 2 games. One more pool game tomorrow before the semis come up tomorrow afternoon, and then finals on Tuesday. That's how the 16s happens. Oh, that's a good run. Wellington looking good with the ball again. As Tyrell asks some questions of Waikato's defensive line again. Swanton Malingi with that carry, and now here comes Luca Bella Natuere Ongli. Another Randwick player. Now Ilo Fa'i right on the halfway line. Gafapaki, here's Maihi. Ooh, nice attacking kick. What bounce is going to be critical here, and in the end it favours Waikato. So still just the one try in the second half, scored by Wellington's winger Sapaya. It's unfortunate for Morgan. She looks a good ball runner, but hasn't had too many opportunities in this first game of the tournament. Good hands there from Kerr. Let's see what Elkington can do this time. Bit of space out wide, but Aotearoa is cut down. Still there for Waikato. They only got to their 40, and now Billy Va'a is going to return with interest here for Wellington. It's a good run by Va'a. And now here goes Maihi from dummy half. Looking good down this left-hand side again. There's Sapaya. He's already scored 2 tries in the game. Maihi at dummy half. Now Courtney Tyrell throws herself into the defensive line. Good run by her again. Maihi nips away from dummy half. She's just short of the line. How's that gone forward? Yeah, it's actually going to be a... No, it's not going to be a penalty. So go back to the 10. It will be a penalty. Akoi Lemusu for Wellington. Here is Maihi, taken strongly that time by the number 13 in the Waikato lineup. That was a good tackle by Mihi Kerr. Now there's the error. So well done to Waikato. They hold on defensively there. Can they make something of this now? Wellington's tackling has been excellent all the way through the game. And it looks like the referee's going to give Waikato a penalty. Of course, there'll be a lot of interest from teams by NRL clubs coming up later on in the... Looking at players of this age group, both girls and, well, boys and girls now, with a good number of NRLW teams now as they look to continue with their recruitment and strategies going forward. A lot of eyes on several of these players here this week in Taupo and Rotorua. Elkington skips past. That was touched by our Wellington player, and that should restart the tackle count for Waikato. Good run, good 15-metre game there for Waikato. Nice charge into the line it was from Jaya Kachel-Raihi, and there's a good offload. Mihi Kerr's got it now for Waikato. Oh, did she lose it there? Billy Va'a with a good tackle, the Wellington fullback. And that's really, again, really unfortunate for Waikato. It created some good second phase play there, but in the end couldn't capitalise. So Wellington defensive scrum feed. 4-0 in the game with 8 minutes to play. And now Tyrell looking to get Sapaya free on that left side. Not coming this time. Churi only right on the halfway line. She's been one of Wellington's best today, as has Ramoni. And there's a penalty coming Wellington's way, offside play. see what they can do with this play, the Wellington Orcas team. There's a good charge into the line. An excellent run coming here from Akoi Lamusu. Wellington with a big chance as we see Drossert's Lake out there now. And now Rimoni getting close for try number 2 in the game for her. And we've got a stoppage with a player down in back play. And down it's Wharawhara Murawai who's down. And looks like she's got a concussion. Or is going to get a head injury assessment, HIA. And of course, with such a short tournament, any concussions are dealt with very seriously by the New Zealand Rugby League in a no risks policy. So 22 points to 0, 4 tries. Rimoni, 2 to Sapaya, 1 to Va'a. 3 of them in the first half. 3 goals to Maihi. And it's a shame here for the Waikato forward, Tiaho Wharawhara Murawai, who's going to be assisted from the field. So a chance for both teams to just have a kōrero and figure out strategies for these last 5.5 minutes. A second Waikato player actually being just looked over there for the meantime as well. Play's going to resume. We've got another game coming up at the top of the hour for you, and we're going to have an 18s game between the South Island and Wellington. And then we're going to have the Wellington 16s team in action again. They're going to play Mid-Central Vipers before we end with an 18s game between Akarana and Waikato. So still plenty of good rugby league to come here on day 1 of the Youth Nationals for 2023. Withers lifting to Mount Tauhara. We might even see the top of it a little bit later on today. So let's see what Wellington can do. Maihi. Now Rimoni again. She's been such a dominant player. Very close to scoring her second try. Maihi again. Back on the inside to Perez, and Maihi, the live wire halfback, right there. Mareko is on as well, number 17 for Wellington. A little shift of the ball for Naturi Ongli. She's not going to get close to forcing that one close to the line, and that is a handover. So Waikato hang on again. It's a credit to their defence. Just defended all right, but just not getting down into Wellington's half enough to put any real pressure on them. Oh, there's a hair pull there. Surely that'll be a penalty. Yes, it will. It's Jessie Rayner, the live wire, who's got the penalty for her team. It's 3 minutes to play. 3 tries in the first half. Just the 1 try in the second for Wellington. So in this pool are Auckland and Mid-Central as well. And in the other pool we've got Counties Manukau, the South Island, and Akarana. So keep an eye on all of these results. Most of those teams are in action at the moment. You see Waikato here. Coming forward is Taha Williams, who's back out there for Wharawhara Murawai, who we saw taken off with that HIA. Some tough defence coming in there from Rimoni. See, they're a well-drilled team, Wellington, aren't they? Doing all the basics of rugby league, they're doing very well. Executing nicely. Elkington tries to create space wide on that outside edge, but well read there by the Wellington defence again. And now here's Rayner again. Maria Elkington. It's a good kick. So Billy Va'a goes all the way back pretty much to just on her own goal line. That was a good kick by Elkington. Always good when the ball ends up in the corner like that. Very difficult for the team. And we see a little play the ball error there by Billy Va'a. So that is going to be a Waikato scrum. You're going to have to pack it reasonably quickly here because time is ticking if they want to get on the scoreboard.
You girls, look up, Nate. Look at who you got.
How can Waikato execute from the scrum? Elkington. On the end, Daniels does pretty well. She's been one of the better players for Waikato. A dangerous ball runner. That was Tihi from dummy half. Now it's back to Elkington. Tihi at dummy half, and now it is Jahaya Katil Raihe. And now Kerr. Let's see what Sapphire Harris can do close to the line here. Right at the end of the game, Waikato really deserve a try. Daniels tries to barge away across the line. Not going to happen. Last play now for Waikato. Kerr's going to have a crack from dummy half and she's over. Well done for Mihi Kerr. Waikato 16's rep for the second year in a row. She's also played at 2 District 9s tournaments at Bruce Pullman up in Takanini the last 2 Easters, and Waikato get their try right at the end of the game. Mihi Kerr. Good work from her. She's had a busy match. So, Maria Elkington, tough conversion attempt for her. Not a bad attempt, but it's just away for Elkington. So score remains 22 points to 4. Just moments left. So just adding a bit of extra time for that injury stoppage we had. So Wellington, it's just it's a try apiece in the second half, so it's been a pretty even contest in actual fact in the second 20 minutes. But Wellington's very good first half has them comfortably ahead on the scoreboard. Remember, there were 3 converted tries at half in the first half for the Wellington Orcas. Good return of the football by Maya Davis. Here's Elkington. Now Kerr, the try scorer. Tihi at dummy half again. Almost intercepted by Wellington. In fact, it has been turned over. Waikato need to treasure the ball a bit better. And now look at, this is Nature Ongley again, who's just powering into the defence. Last play of the game now, as we see Wellington into the 20 through Fa'i, and that will be the end of the game. So Wellington win their opening match here, and they've got 4 tries on the board, 3 goals as well. Tries to Rimoni, 2 to Sapaya on the left wing, and the other try scorer was Va'a, Billy Va'a, the fullback. 3 of those tries converted by Hera Maihi, and that Waikato try to Mihi Kerr. So there we are, Wellington on the board in Pool B of the NZRL National Youth Tournament in the 16s grade. They win this game by 22 points to 4. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes' time for the first of the 18s games in our coverage today, and Wellington are going to be in action against the South Island.